Hey guys, just before the video starts, I just wanted to not apologize, but to warn you guys that it is a pretty long tutorial. It is pretty big. I go into a lot of details in this video, and actually lasts probably half an hour or so. So just to give you guys a little warning, I go into a lot of detail, and it lasts a lot, about like 40 minutes. So just warning you guys before you actually get into this. But I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and leave a like and subscribe, because I put a lot of work into this and a lot of time. So hope you guys do enjoy the video. Hey yo, what is up people, it's Tangi, and today I'm coming to you guys with a brand new video. And today's video is going to be something really cool that I actually grinded out so much so far in the past 2 days. And this is going to be about the Junkenstein legendary mode. Now in today's video, as you guys can see about the title, I'm going to show you guys the best strategy on how to get on top of those leaderboards in the top 500 leaderboards, and show you guys how to complete it and everything. But as you guys do probably know, completing it is probably not the most difficult thing. It is actually getting the score up there in the leaderboards, and actually getting to perfect all of those stuff once you're in game and everything. So today is going to be a video with the image that we're going to call top 500 Junkenstein tutorial, bro. Alright, so if you guys did see the other video on my channel about the boss fight thing on Infinite Warfare, this is going to be the exact same type of thing. I'm going to show you guys a type of like image to show you guys what the strategy is and how to do everything. Now it's going to be probably a bit difficult, because the fight at the start lasts for at least, like, I think it's like 8 minutes, and it's pretty long to actually describe all those 8 minutes. So I'm going to try to shorten it a bit and show you guys all the important parts of this. Now if you guys do want the exact timing of every single boss, there's a bunch of threads of that on like Reddit and stuff, I think, and it is about the timing of each single like Riptire, Reaper spawn, and all the boss spawns. I do know pretty much all of them by heart by now, because I've grinded so much on this. But this is just going to be a big just overall tutorial on how to get the most perfect score and everything, and how to freaking do this perfectly. So seems like I cannot put it in any type of like full screen thing here, so I'm just gonna try to do this, and try to put like some weird background and gameplay, and just show you guys the image. So first of all, the most important roles of this, actually they're all important, never mind, I did say anything. The roles are all important, but the main combos that you guys want to focus on is going to be McCree and Ana. The McCree High Noons and the Ana Nano Boost are going to be the most crucial parts of the game, and this is going to be the best combos you guys do use to one-shot bosses, to at least burst them down to like I don't know what health there is, but to like a sort of one-shot type health, or just to do as much damage as you guys want. Now this is going to be the main thing. Now the sleep darts are also crucial to this. The Ana will be one of the most important players in the game, because you're going to have to heal through all of that damage that Roadhog and Reaper and all of those freaking heroes are going to output. Symmetra, Junkrat isn't the worst, but that is going to be it. Okay, so first of all, starting with each character and what they have to do for the fight, we're going to start with McCree. McCree is going to be the guy that's going to be watching the top lane of the map. Now here I'm going to make an image sort of like, here will be spawn, the half circle where the door is, and then I'll make this a bit bigger, and then here you have the small little high ground in spawn, where you have little stairs. You can come over here and watch this part. Now Ana and Soldier will have to position here. Now I'm going to explain all that later, but now we're on McCree. So McCree, first character, that's going to be Hanzo, Soldier, Ana. Now McCree is the first one on the left. What McCree is going to do is going to go over here. Now I'm going to try to make some stairs here and try to like make a little bit of a scenario type like layout of the map here. Now I don't know if this is going to look good, but I'm gonna try my best. So that is kind of like the mid lane, and here we are going to have the stairs on the far left to go to the high ground right here, and then you have like the back over here, Junkrat's tower, and you have another thing over here. Now I'm kind of like making this weird, but okay. So this is supposed to be the swamp. It's kind of really bad of how I made it, but that's gonna be the swamp. This is going to be like the small little place you can go where Junkrat spawns, and then it's just to like explain where the lanes are. So when I'm gonna say top lane, I'm gonna mean this, the stairs, like the sort of catwalk thing. Mid lane, of course, is like the mid part where the bridge is, and then the swamp is bot lane. So McCree, his job, what he is supposed to do is basically just go up, watch top lane, kill all the bots here, just watch, and basically just make sure no bots get past there. Now, the reason why McCree watches this lane is because he has high ground, it's better for high noon, and it's just going to be the best positioning that he can have for this fight. Now, what McCree basically, what he has to do is kill all of these guys, and then once, example, a Reaper comes in and pops up over here, he's going to get ready and jump down up on the stairs to get a clean shot up on the Reaper with his high noon, or he's going to stand up over here to get like a Roadhog or anything in that sort of type of boss. Okay, so that's what McCree's main job is going to be. So basically he's going to be the main DPS for the bosses. He's going to have the most burst damage that you can do to the bosses, and going to be your key character to do that. Now, second character that we have is Hanzo. And now Hanzo is really like a confusing position, because it depends if you have a really good Hanzo on your team or a decent one. But we had an absolutely beast Hanzo when we did this. It was actually my friend QSC that was actually playing Hanzo, and he's actually incredible. And what he was doing basically was coming up on this Junkrat thing over here, climbed up on the wall, and was killing all the bots coming in from mid lane, and helped up on the top lane at the same time, because top lane gets really overwhelmed easily. So that's what he was doing, and with his scatter arrows, each time that a tire would spawn, he would basically be the first one to go shoot and scatter the tire, so it could insta-die with the scatter, which is very, very important, because he is the one that takes the stress off the tire sometimes, and can just support the whole team by doing that all the time. And will have a very good burst shot on those blue mortar dudes that do a lot of damage. He two-shots them, and if he's lucky, he can land a headshot and get those one-shots off those guys. But with the servers kind of laggy, I mean, sometimes just like fucks up the hitboxes and stuff, and kind of gets some regs. So that is what Hanzo basically does. Now, his dragon is not the most useful thing that you guys can have, but if you guys do position it well in some type of way, now sometimes when we spawn Roadhog, he comes up these stairs over here, and then Hanzo can stand over here and shoot his dragon, try to get the most damage off there. And I'm just going to explain all of that Roadhog stuff later, and with how to defeat the bosses, but I'm just trying to explain the main roles of the characters. Now he's going to shoot down mid lane, try to secure mid lane, help top lane sometimes, McCree kill some bots, and he's going to be also one of the other guys that does a lot of burst damage to the bosses, and also Hanzo will be the most important guy that you need on your team to destroy those shield gens, because he is the only one that can one-shot a shield gen and can flank a shield gen while Symmetra's coming down the top stairs over here. Because if you guys don't know, Symmetra is absolutely deadly in this mode, and if she locks onto you, you're basically dead. So what Hanzo does is comes up over here and then shoots the shield gen where she always places down over here, and you can scatter it from there, or just shoot like 4 arrows I think, and it'll just kill it. And then you can start working on the bosses, because the shield gen is absolutely disgusting. The minions have way too much health with the shield gen, so that's why it is crucial for you to absolutely one-shot the shield gen and be able to do the max damage that you can once again after with the McCree Nano, and just straight up do as much damage as possible. Now, going on to Soldier. Now, this is not the biggest role that you have in the game, but all I have to say for Soldier is that he is going to be the one that takes care of all the bots while you are destroying the bosses and distracted of doing all those objective stuffs. He's going to be the main one because his damage is so little compared to McCree and Hanzo on these bots that it is just disgusting. And he does the most, like, he just chips damage from the bots, and his ult is absolutely useless against the bosses and everything. So what you're going to do is use your tac visor once you've done your sleep dart nano high noon thing, and then just clear up all the bots so they don't get up at the door. Try to get the most flawless score that you guys can on that door health, and try to let nothing pass. Okay, he's gonna be the main guy that's going to be watching the lanes and the minions coming close to the door when you guys are gonna be focusing on Roadhog or the last fight, Symmetra, the main one, because everybody is going to be distracted and will not be paying attention to the bots. That's why Soldier is so important in this fight as well. Now, Hanzo, as you guys, not Hanzo, but Ana is going to be the healer of the fight and the one that controls basically the movement of, you know, all the bosses and stuff, and will just help you guys the most with this. So, Ana will be sleeping the Reaper, Roadhog, if you are lucky, the Symmetra, and I mean, Mercy's kind of useless, but she will be sleeping Reaper, Roadhog, and Symmetra, which will be the most important things as well, because you have to get the less aggro as possible when you do those combos with the high noons and nano, because you cannot get freaking hooked while you're doing this combo, or else your whole combo gets fucked, and that's pretty much GG for the game, guys. So the nanos and the sleep darts will be absolutely so freaking crucial to these fights, and will absolutely be important for you guys to get down and get those things easier. Of course, she will be healing all the teammates and getting chip damage off of the bots sometimes to help people on every lane pretty much just get like the better kills or easier kills, and get them to low health and just charge up that ult. Now, I forgot to say not Hanzo's positioning, but Soldier and Ana, both of them need to come up here on this little high ground and spawn over here and position both on this thing. So Ana will be shooting at McCree and Hanzo if they need heals, and also so you don't just waste your biotic grenade on yourself because you need heals. Soldier will be over here for you to help you heal sometimes, and just take care of this bot lane, because Soldier will be taking care of this bot lane at the start in phasing the lanes, and then once that will be done, you will be off to the bosses, and that will kind of change. But the starting thing is pretty much just for laning phase, where you're just shooting the bots and doing all that. Now, going on to the actual thing. Now, there's a timer, I think, of 8 minutes. For some reason, I've never really checked how many the time starts at, but pretty much 8 minutes. Now, the very first thing that you guys have to know, which we always pretty much keep in mind, is I think at 6:45 comes the very first rip tire on the right side. just so you guys can be ready for that one. And then you have like the second one a couple of seconds later on the left side coming down. So once those two rip tires go down, I think the first Reaper spawn will be at 5:45. Very hard to keep track of. I don't have the actual stats of the time for this, but it will be 5:45 first Reaper. So as soon as he teleports, you sleep him with Ana, you nano, high noon, and then just insta kill him. Now this is going to be the real breakdown of the fight here, so that's just what I'm gonna write here so you guys keep track of everything that you guys need to know. So Reaper 5:45. Now after that, I think the only thing that you need to know is that in between Reaper and Roadhog, there's going to be 3 rip tires, or I'll say shock tires because that's what they're called in this. So there is 3 shock tires that will be coming. I don't remember the order, but there's one on right, left, and then mid, I think. So that's all you need to know. And then I think Roadhog spawns on 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I think it's 3:50. The very first Roadhog spawn is 3:50. Just so you guys be warned and be prepared for that. So you'll basically need to charge nano in between Reaper and then Roadhog. And then once you defeat Roadhog, I think a minute later, it's very hard to like know the times, but I think it's a minute later, 1 minute later is Summoner, which is Symmetra. I'm sorry for my bad writing, guys, but I'm just trying to do a quick little demonstration and breakdown on how to do this most flawlessly possible. So once that 1 minute breaks down, you have to try to do that flawlessly without dying once to the Roadhog. Now this is the hard part, not having any damage to the door and not dying. Now Reaper, the very first combo or the very first boss that you actually beat, is actually the simplest one. You guys will not have to have any cover that. You just need to sleep, nano, and then high noon, and it's gonna be basically done. So once you do that, that's gonna be your thing. But then once you're at Roadhog, this is where things get complicated. Now here is where I'm going to tell you guys about my strats and what we did with Roadhog. Now Roadhog is going to be the biggest DPS of all in this, guys. He's going to be the most deadliest guy in this whole fight, and basically right click one shot you any freaking time, most unexpected. He will aimbot hook you and ult you off of spawn and do whatever the fuck he wants. Now the thing that we figured out is that the bosses tend to have an AI to go near the spawn area once they spawn. I think it's just a weird AI system that just, I don't know if it's a bug in the system or it's actually meant to do that, because once you guys die, it is a death box. You cannot get out of spawn, you get ulted by Reaper, Roadhog, anything, you get one shot by Symmetra. It is basically impossible. So the thing that we discover is that they just go around spawn and fuck with you if you just have the intention to group up at spawn and just try to kill them there. Now what we did at 4 minutes and I think it's 4:10, everybody basically had their positions, and then once 4:10 hit, everybody rotated, including Ana, or no, actually Soldier, Hanzo, McCree, all rotated to the top. Everybody rotated up over here. That's the regroup area for Roadhog fight. Now Roadhog is going to spawn over here. What you're going to do is just regroup all the way over here with all the 3 DPS, and then what Ana is going to do, if you guys have a bit of experience with this, we've played it so many times that, like, you know, stuff has been automatically and we've been finding tricks. I usually play Ana. What I do as Anna, as I jump down from here, go wait for his animation, for Junkenstein's creature or whatever to spawn, and then what he does is he spawns right next to the corner of the building here. So if you're looking with Anna right to the building here while the animation is there, you can actually click on the sleep dart, and then once the animation finishes, he will already be asleep, and then you nano boost your McCree up here for the nano boost, and then as soon as you're done sleeping him here and nano boosting, you quickly rotate with everyone there. Now it's pretty simple but hard at the same time, because this is going to be a kiting strategy that you need to get down pretty flawlessly while you're doing this. So Anna rotates all the way up here with the rest of the team. Now what you guys are going to do is kite out Roadhog while he makes his way all the way up here and tries to get you guys. Now the things that you guys need to know about Roadhog is that once he takes heavy damage, you know, he'll obviously heal, but the most important to know is that when he has a quarter of his health, he will ult, and his ult is absolutely devastating. You need cover for this, and then because or else you're just gonna blown away in one shot by it. So that's just a quick little tip. So I suggest you keep your sleep for the quarter of the health when he's going to spawn. Now once everybody's here, everybody, you know, kites, shoots him, and then Hanzo pretty much gets an angle for his dragon, shoots it down the stairs, and basically that's going to be what the kiting is going to be about. Then once he gets his way up here, you jump down, and because there's a small little glitch spot over here, the minions sometimes tend to teleport down there, so Roadhog will use that little teleport thing and straight up teleport down there to jump after you guys. And sometimes their AI is weird, and Roadhog will just come to spawn over here and just stay here, go back and forth, and try to like right click you from a far distance or go close to spawn, because their AI is just programmed for them to go to spawn. Now you guys shoot him from there and try to get the most damage off until you kill him. Now this is where Soldier becomes very important in this fight, because everybody will be focused on try to shoot the Roadhog and try to kite him. But while that time, this group up is very crucial, and also will probably mess up a lot of damage. Like, the damage output of your team will be decreased by a lot, because the range that you guys will have to go through to shoot the bots from over here in swamp and mid while they're coming up over here is going to be disgustingly low. So what you tend to do as Soldier is just straight up focus on these bots. They're all coming down, and you either use your attack visor to pump as many shots you can on the Roadhog, which I don't really recommend because it's just not a safe thing to do, but I guess you can try to do it when he's low and try to get as much damage off so you can die more quickly and as fast as possible so you can go shoot those bots. But what I always do as Soldier, or what we did with Soldier, is keep the attack visor so you guys can shoot the bots from a far distance and everything. Just keep everything secure so the bots don't go and touch the door and you guys don't die while you're grouped up here. Now eventually Roadhog will die, and then you have a rip tire while he spawned, and then you will have a sim spawning in. Now once the sim spawns in, that is when you guys come down here back again, and then that's where you group up at this little high ground over here. Now the sim will make her way down the stairs, simply just coming through and try to get a close shot on you and just beam you down to death. But now while she's doing this, try to bait out her shield, and once her shield will be baited out, you will be able to do the McCree high noon combo, which will basically almost one-shot the sim, or I think it is possible to one-shot the sim. Now if you want this to be most effective, what Hanzo has to do, as soon as she spawns and comes to walk down the stairs, he goes up there, flanks, and then one-shots the shield gen and just blows it down while Sim's walking down here. The shield gen will be popped, and then Soldier will be free to shoot the minions again and try to clear up the waves. And while she's going to be walking down here, you nano McCree high noon that shit, and then she dies pretty much instantly, and then you fuck her up. And then once Sim will be dead, I think there's a certain time where 2 Riptires spawn at the exact same time on the left and the right. So just make sure to get those important Riptires down so you guys don't eat some damage at the door. And that is going to be secure. Now after the, I don't know what the time mark is for Reaper and Junkenstein to spawn, but basically after Sim is going to spawn, you guys will have the main boss, the main themed boss, I mean, for this thing, and he is Junkenstein, which will basically spawn up on this ledge over here, the wooden things, shooting a bunch of bombs at you. He does not reload his grenade launcher or whatsoever. He just sprays bombs at you and tries to do as much damage as you. His bombs do not do damage at the door. Only bots, Riptires, I think, do damage to the door, which is really important to know also. But apart from that, not really anything else do damage to the door. Now, Junkenstein will spawn here, and I think 10 seconds or 5 seconds later, a Reaper will spawn at the exact same spot here. Once again, sleeps this guy, and then once Junkrat is positioned here and doing his thing, you just have Hanzo shooting at that guy. Soldier always keeping clear for all the bots, trying to shoot them down, and then you just get your High Noon Nano down combo. And I think it is possible to, I think, one-shot both of them, but I think it's really sketchy. What we do is we shoot, I think, Junkrat like 3 times in the head with like Hanzo arrows, and then I think you got that one shot after on Junkenstein, and Reaper's pretty easy to one shot because he's pretty low on health. Then you will get that one shot on both. Now that is basically going to be the last fight before the most hectic part of the boss fight begins. And then I think at like 50 seconds you have a Reaper spawn in, which is the last Reaper before the first 8 minutes of the battle cooldown. And do not waste ults on this last Reaper fight, because you will need Nano and High Noon for that last fight. But I mean, High Noon can get charged in between those 30 last seconds when you've killed Reaper and everything. So I mean, it's not the most terrible thing to do, but I guess you could High Noon him to just try to get a one shot, but definitely do not use Nano. So once you're going to kill this Reaper, you will have a couple of seconds left to charge up your ults, and then minions coming towards the lanes and everything. Then once the 8 minutes have all drained down, you will have the defended the door objective complete. Now this is where everything gets hectic as fuck. Now I'm not even exaggerating. You will need to have team coordination, and if your Nano High Noon thing or combo messes up, you have to reset the game and just immediately restart for another game. It is completely, like, absolutely important to not mess up these combos and just get them down as much as possible. Now, first of all, you have a Witch, Summoner, Junkenstein, Reaper, and no, you do not have a hold on. No, you do not have a Reaper spawn in. You only have Summoner, Witch, Roadhog, and Junkenstein. And here is the strat that we use for this. Now, first of all, starting off, what you want to do for this fight is get the first Nano McCree ult off in high ground and spawn. Now, the Roadhog will most likely come down over here and try to hook the McCree while he's doing that straight up. Like, will literally walk up to the McCree. Because if you do not Nano McCree right now and do the High Noon thing, I mean, you won't get that damage off, and you can one-shot the Witch with this and do like a fuck ton of damage, all that shit, but that's why you have to get that first combo off in spawn. Now, before I do start getting further into this, the first thing that you guys have to do is get the Hanzo up there, one-shot the shield gen, and just straight up start focusing on the bosses. You need to get that shield gen down because it is absolutely disgusting of how much health these guys gain with the shield and everything, and it'll take so much damage off of the McCree High Noon if you do not destroy this shield gen. Now, once shield gen is done, you regroup, do McCree Nano, try to bait out the shield, and then the best thing to do here is that Ana gets asleep on the Roadhog, but it's a pretty dangerous thing if you walk up here and try to get the sleep dart, because what I usually do is I try to snipe him here and I get it like 4 times out of 5, but when I don't get it, I just straight up go meat shield for the McCree, stand right in front of him, so if he spawns or grabs somebody, it's going to be me that gets hooked and will take the damage, and McCree will still get his damage off for the High Noon and everything. So first off, you try to get the sleep off the Roadhog. If that doesn't work while he's moving around with the lag of the servers and everything, the sleep darts are so inconsistent, that doesn't work. You just straight up jump in front of the McCree, meat shield for him, and that will be pretty much done for that one. So you will have done immensely amount of damage if you do this. Probably will one-shot one of the bosses out there. I know that I've already one-shotted like a freaking Mercy or the Witch with this. If she already had like 2 headshots by a Hanzo or something, but I know that you can pretty much one-shot a Witch with this combo and Junkrat as well, which is pretty much the most important things, because after you pretty much have a freebie kite that you can do for the end of this fight. Now, while that will be done, if you actually do get to kill both the Mercy and the Junkenstein, which should be possible, because what Hanzo is supposed to do, shoot light, basically take care of the Junkenstein and try to snipe the Mercy at the same time, while Soldier, as always, I know I didn't mention him a lot, it's because his main job is to kill all the bots in the lanes and just attack visor all of them and take care of them while they are focusing on the bosses. Now, as Hanzo gets a bit of damage on them, if done right, the McCree will kill the Junkenstein and the Mercy, and if you do have time, well, I don't think you do actually, but no, never mind. You won't have time to get a couple of headshots on the Sim because the High Noon will already be done. But Hanzo does have time to shoot like 2 headshots onto the Junk and get like a couple of shots on the Mercy, and then so you can finish them off with the High Noon nano boosted. Then you will only have the Roadhog and Sim left. Now, as Sim does have a short range, you will want to kite her through the last fight. And also, Roadhog, you do not want to get too close to him as well, because he will have the hook and right click and that ult that he can just pop off on you and just either one shot you with that right click, hook you and fuck you up, and or just spray you down with that ult in like 0.2 seconds. So basically, in this stage of the fight, what you do is that you can either go with the same strat as we did with the beginning of the Roadhog, where you just straight up rotate from here, go to there, and try to kite them out from here, like Hanzo getting the most damage off over here, while Soldier's killing all the bots once again, and you're just getting all the damage off of the bosses while that is going to happen. Now, Roadhog is most likely going to be the last boss alive, as usual, because he's the most tankiest and most overpowered dude in this boss fight. So that's basically what you're going to try to do, and kite out these last 2 bosses by rotating up over here, or you can either just like group up over here and just burst them down, but it's very risky because Symmetra has a very close range, I think 2-second lock on and you're already dead, and Roadhog has his right click one shot everybody. So just stay away from spawn, get that AI away, and just straight up kite these dudes out, and you should be able to get that flawless stuff on. Now, it is very probable that you probably die a couple times during this when you try this for the first time, or you I've never tried this out before and you're just trying to perfect it. I'm just showing you guys the strat and the best possible way to do this that we have found out, and is absolutely a beast strat. So if you guys want to have like an accurate score of what you guys should have when you finish the 8 minutes of the door defending, you should have around a score of 16 or 17k. 15k is also very good too, also as is 14k, and I mean 13k as well. But I mean, if you guys have those scores, it means that you probably got some damage to the door, or you died a couple times, or like once or something, to this first 8-minute segment part. But seriously, if you guys do practice a lot, this 8 minutes, just straight up laning phase and just killing dudes with the boss fights, is pretty easy to get flawless. We've done it like a couple times after a few couple of like well, after we practiced a lot and grinded and known the strats and stuff. But yeah, that is the easiest part to get off flawless. But then the hard part gets when the whole hectic boss fight starts. And I know that it is very simple the way that I explained it, and you guys will say, oh yeah, dude, that's impossible, dude, like freaking the boss fight's so hectic that we can't do stuff. I'm just mentioning the best strat that we found and we did in one of our games, and legit got the score to get into top 500. Takes a lot of practice. Now, we did get knocked off of the leaderboards today, because I mean, it's so hard to keep up the leaderboards on this game. Everybody's so active and grinding all day. But I just want to go through a quick little tutorial on how to get there and how to get the most flawless stuff down, and the strategy and everything for this thing. Now, I really consider you guys trying to find the best Hanzo that you guys do possibly know, and he practices as much as he can on this, because it is really hard to find a really good Hanzo on this mode and try to get him like to do all the stuff, get all the Junkrat tires and scatter all of them, just freaking one-shotting the shield gens. It is extremely hard and like requires a lot of mastery with Hanzo, and I really consider you guys trying to find a really good Hanzo to do that. But apart from that, I don't really have anything other to say. A good Ana also is required to do this with the sleeping darts, and I mean McCree with his headshots sometimes on the boss, if you guys want to get that extra headshot damage on the bosses. But apart from that, High Noon isn't really hard of a combo to land, and I mean soldier. So I hope you guys did enjoy this quick tutorial on how to really try to get that flawless score up there and try to get it onto the top 500 leaderboards, and how to do everything of this, and also just how to complete legendary overall. It's not the hardest thing to do, it's really the trying to like master the whole thing that is really hard, and trying to get that down and just getting everybody coordinated to do all that stuff. So I do wish you guys luck on this boss fights, or just Junkenstein survival mode, whatever you guys want to call it. It's a super fun mode. I do recommend you guys try it out. It's super fun, and if you guys want to play anytime or jump in, just freaking play some Halloween stuff, comment down below. Feel free to do so. I'm grinding my ass off on this game lately, and it is absolutely awesome. I'm having a lot of fun. Overwatch's been doing me great, and tomorrow we'll be having the videos on the boss fight mode that will be coming to Infinite Warfare in the brand new Halloween Scream update. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy, subscribe, drop a like, and everything. I didn't know I don't usually say this at the ending of my videos, but yeah, dude, we're trying to grow the channel, trying to make it better every day, and I hope you guys do hop on board with us and enjoy the journey. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys again for joining us in this video, and I will see you guys later. As always, my people, have a wonderful day, baby.